Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Unity of Command 2, a new turn-based World War II strategy and war game out by 2x2 Games, and sequel to the classic Unity of Command 1, which looks at the Eastern Front. In Unity of Command 2, you are able to play through 1943 to 1945 in World War II as either the Allies or the Axis, but the Grand Campaign is just as the Allies right now. And we are in our final battle. This is the end of it all. This is the last engagement. This is the drive on the Elbe. And we are hopefully going to wrap this up with a victory. So far, we've been reducing the Dusseldorf pocket or the Ruhr pocket, which is absolutely vital. It kind of controls our rail supply east. So we're being a little bit more cautious in driving east while we attempt to resolve the large pocket of German troops along our supply line. But with that being said, without any further ado, this is episode 31 and the final episode of Unity of Command 2. Hope you guys have enjoyed the series. Kick back and for one last time, relax and enjoy, and let me know, as always, your thoughts below. Let's go ahead and jump in. This was, as I always say, taken from a live stream from a couple of days ago, so I'm just going to turn it over to my live stream myself and hope you guys enjoy. I don't know if those are new reinforcements the Germans are placing there or what. Meanwhile, we should have 2 new supply depots available to us. 5 units have disrupted supply. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit this with air. Do it again. Interesting that it didn't turn it into rubble. Alright, so we can advance there. These guys can attack that tank. Drive it back. And we are now adjacent to Chemnitz. Okay, we'll get some supply from those guys. A good result there. Braunschweig, we're going to go ahead and attack these guys from the rear. So we swung our armor in and around them, which should cut their supply to the city as well. Alright, so now let's go ahead and build... Oh wait, we still don't have those depots. They're still Oda 2. Shit. What army is this guy in? They're all out of range of their army. Does it say what army it's in? US 8th maybe? Yeah, it's that one. Used all its points to move. Alright. This guy's out of reach as well. Move up there. Can we build new depots up north here? No, we can't. Great. Alright, what about in the south? Can we... Alright, over 3, so they can attack there, overrun those troops. Take those prisoners. Okay. All right. Okay, so we've got a bunch of German troops surrounded here. Two to 1 is not ideal. I mean, I'll take the casualties if I have to. It's not that I want to. God damn it. Take the fucking position. None of these guys can attack there successfully. But these German troops should more or less be starved out by next turn. I think. Okay, so we overran them. I don't want to take 2 to 1 there. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Click the wrong button. Okay. Don't starve. Don't starve. Overrun them. All right, which army is this that is it the third? No. Is it the first? No. Well, some of them. I'll start moving some of these armies east. Yes, some of their troops to the west are going to be completely out of sync with them, but that doesn't matter as much. Meanwhile, we do get a bunch of reinforcements that arrive on the map here. That should help make life easier. So these guys are going to move east. Alright, I'm going to start driving these other units east as well. But I think we'll have to move forward another turn to turn number 5. Alright. German counterattack there, drives back our infantry into Hanover. Then they cross into Hanover, which will cut our rail line there. And then they swing in behind our armored units. Oh, fuck. Well, those bridges being destroyed would have been nice, I guess. I shouldn't have repaired them. I can still drive south. these guys and reopen the rail line. Alright, let's hit this armor heavy. We'll swing these tanks in here. Go to 2. And destroyed them. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so we've taken enough of the Ruhr pocket to open the railways up to provide supply all over the map. Just in time, too, really, because now we have 2 additional supply depots that we need to provide supply to the front. I think that also means we don't need these 3 depots back here anymore. So we can swing those back to nothing. These guys are going to drive all the way out east here because this is the key point, in my opinion. This is the spot at which you cut supply to everything north near Lübeck. Okay. I'm going to move these infantry in to take Braunschweig, because that's absolutely vital to our success here. Meanwhile, we're going to start making an attack on Magdeburg. And in the south here... This guy fall back to Gera because I can't afford to have my trains there cut off. Sergeant Twinkie, I really like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So in terms of my my thoughts, very positive. All right. So all these guys are going to be in supply. March these new troops east. They might actually get somewhere before the scenario ends. Meanwhile, I think we just advance along the rail lines as best we can. Okay, overrun those troops. All right. Railways it is. Follow the rail lines. Repair the rail bridges. Those are your orders. Move these tanks east. Manhattan East. U.S. first probably should move to this depot's location. Okay. Yikes. Okay, move these guys across the bridge now that we've taken that part of the city. Move these guys across the bridge. All right. Good results all across the board. We should be able to take the North Sea in the next couple of turns when these German troops down here die. It's at the absolute extreme of our supply lines. Move these guys back down south toward a supply line where they can do things. Meanwhile, the British gotta move your army out east. Move your headquarters to Hanover. Shit, I don't have any troops in Hanover. I should probably move this armor back to Hanover. Just to make sure they don't do what they did last time, because Hanover, again, is that key junction that keeps all that north area in supply. Now, some of these troops, I still don't think there's a very good likelihood that they get far enough east to get back into combat. But maybe some of the armor. In any event, that's probably going to do it for turn number 5. Chemnitz is invested. We need more troops in the east, but Chemnitz is at least invested. And we can drive north on the other objectives. Enough time to let them starve out by taking that key rail junction that'll cut Lübeck out completely from supply as well. Alright, they just overran and destroyed that armored unit. So these troops in the south are tough. That's where the main resistance is going to be. Not in the north, because in the north, even I think Braunschweig is now cut off from supply by taking this place here. Between that and Magdeburg. I think everything in the north is now out of supply. Which basically means they will eventually starve. Okay. Alright, so we finished off those mechanized troops. Alright, so let's do this. Let's launch a feint. Another feint. Oh, that was not the right button. I hit feint, but for whatever reason, sometimes the mouse controls on this game don't seem to want to listen to you. Alright, we'll do a set piece attack. That should breach. And actually drove them back. So there you go. We took that key rail junction. Okay. I'm now linked up with supply. Attacking there, destroying that guy. One to one. 1 to 2. More prisoners. Okay, so Magdeburg is ours, and it's starting to feel a little bit academic. Cross the river at Bremen. So we've got that bridge intact. We can drive toward Hamburg. The North Sea will be ours. Now we got to get those guys south, since they're going to be completely out of supply. Meanwhile, we have 3 supply trucks that we can actually deploy. That doesn't make sense. That's not really logical either. Let's deploy them here, I think. Bring these troops east. No, I did it again. I clicked. I just assumed, like, oh, they're completely cut off. They'll fall easily. Took massively unnecessary casualties. Alright, meanwhile, let's drop that. We don't need that depot. And I'd like to reposition this depot. I don't really think there's a huge reason to move most of these troops because I don't think they're going to get anywhere. Doesn't really matter where we send them. They're not going to get there in time. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and bomb some troops. And we'll take out those half tracks. Okay. All right, so the attack on Chemnitz in the south and west meets east in the north is doing something. 1 KIA, that's excellent. Again, we can't totally forget about Lubeck, but they should starve before we even have to worry about getting there. We should probably double check and make sure there aren't any bridges that need to be repaired to support our advance. Looks like they're mostly road bridges, which are more about efficiency of land supply. US 3rd should move further forward. Okay. All right, let's move forward to turn number 7. We're about halfway through, and so far I think things are going well. In the final battle of Unity of Command 2. All right, the Germans didn't do anything there. I think that's a good sign. Whoa. All right, so let's... Okay, perfect. So I have now... done exactly what I could have wished. think, cut the German supply line to Chemnitz. Yep, with this armored unit astride the rail line, we've pulled to Petersburg. We pulled to Grant. We've cut the enemy off from its line of supply by a flanking maneuver around their line. And as a result, they will die. Magdeburg, meanwhile, is now ours. Finish that army unit off. I'm surprised this one doesn't have like a secondary objective of capture as many German prisoners as you can type of a deal. I don't understand why. Nice. Okay, so we managed to get across the river to Lübeck. They were not able to destroy that bridge. More prisoners. So they failed to destroy one of the major bridges across this river over here in the east toward Lübeck, which means that we get a pretty big... that's a pretty big deal. Okay. Alright, so let's build a depot in the north here to try and make sure most of these guys are in supply. We can't actually maintain our position on the North Sea base because we can't actually supply anything that way. Meanwhile, I don't even know if there's a point in continuing to issue orders to these guys to move this way. I know I've been kind of repeating myself on that. Young Dro Hammer Time, thank you for the follow. And we definitely need more troops that way. I've got some on the way. The armor would probably be better suited heading south, because I think Lübeck will fall easily. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move to turn number 8, and we'll see what happens here. Ever been to the Chickamauga battlefield, Sergeant Twinkie? No, I have not. I would like to go there. I've driven by Chattanooga and the Chattanooga battlefield. I've never been in the battlefield, but driven through Chattanooga multiple times. Oh god, I completely forgot apparently about the 13th Airborne, which is out of supply in KIA, as well as the 28th USID. Meanwhile, somehow these Germans are still in supply? They must have a depot there. Okay. I don't want to turn it into rubble. That was 3 support. Nice. We overran them. Finished them off. Alright, so we took that objective in the south. Alright, so now let's repair some bridges around here. Improve supply. We really need to take Leipzig. Oh, we just did. Okay. Repair that bridge, and that will bring, well, not quite rail supply through, but almost. Meanwhile, Magdeburg fell. drive over the river, we take Hamburg, or Hamburg. Lubeck will fall next turn. Meanwhile, all those troops are in supply. Just at this point, kind of trying to take as much of the map as I can. Okay. I don't know if how much of the map you take actually influences your score or not, but it feels good. The one risky area remains that those German units off here in the east. So we're going to keep pouring as many of our reinforcements in that way as we can. But we'll go ahead and move to turn number 9, and we'll see if we can finish off Westmeath East, because I think that's our only remaining objective left. A bunch of German headquarters down there, not a ton of German units. Okay. Oh no, another U.S. force starved to death due to the negligence of yours truly. Okay. Okay, that little corner of the map still hasn't been taken. There's a few small little spots over here. Alright, meanwhile, these guys are out of supply, and they're apparently also out of range. So we're going to move this headquarter to Leipzig. That should bring them within range. Alright, let's bring some additional reinforcements up. Meanwhile, can't really hurt these guys. So that railway bridge is busted. Just gonna go ahead and repair these two. We're gonna move these guys back on the railway. Okay, so West meets East. We will hope to destroy them next turn. If not, we've got a few more turns to do it. But yeah, we'll move ahead to turn number 10. Okay, so they're adding or removing supply depots to their last base. It's fine, it's on a railway anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. It's gonna get good supply. What if we do a set piece? Breach. Nice. Alright, so we got a breach there. Alright, so we can get 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 0 to 1. Now, I can't actually move anyone into the city, even though I took it. So that's fun. Alright, Sfarin is ours. This northern section of the map is ours. That's ours. I think I have almost the entire map under my control. Again, I'm hoping I get bonus points for that. Because I'm going to take it on the next turn. Take west, east, that is. Alright, so do these guys have supply? Yeah, they do. They're right on the edge. Move these guys into Magdeburg just to avoid any surprises. And there you go. One last turn. I'm hoping the Germans don't get reinforcements and place them in the last base. I suppose it's possible. We should win on turn number 11. Alright, so we took the last objective. Just by driving through like it was a summer holiday, there's there's a few sections, I guess, of the map left. We wouldn't be able to take everything. There's this southern section here. One would hope they don't have anything down there. I'm assuming they don't. We lost another division, KIA, because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, there's nothing over there. Nothing left to bomb, 'cause the Germans are all dead. That should do it, guys. That should be a victory. And it is a glorious victory. Objectives completed. And the scenario, victory in the West. Scenario completed. 380 score, 56 enemy KIA, 11 prisoners of war. The final scenario in our Unity of Command 2 playthrough. Victory in the West. We have won the war. We have won, I think. Yeah, we've won the war. We've won the campaign. 4,800 scores. Not great. We had to replay a few times, but nonetheless, an Allied victory. We meet the Soviets, and we now have the Iron Curtain descending across Europe. Unity of Command as a World War III scenario would be pretty interesting. Let me just say that. But we are victorious in Unity of Command 2. It was a great run, a great series. We had a couple of milestones, knocking out the fascist regime in Italy, the Oath of Kufra, Nuts, and victory in the West. I think in a second playthrough we would do much better, but that would have to come at another time. I'm really curious to see what they do with DLC, because this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the series as much as I did playing the series. But with that being said, I don't have anything else to say, so this is going to conclude our look at Unity of Command 2 in the Grand Campaign. I hope you guys enjoyed the series as much as I enjoyed playing it, and as I always like to say, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm out.